If this was a fair fight, candidate to candidate, policy to policy, history to history, this would have been over a long time ago. But that's not the country we live in anymore. If you're a conservative, you play by a different set of rules because we actually play by rules. We've seen the corruption, we've seen the greed, we've seen it, we knew all about it, it's been going on for years. But now, the fact that we see it in writing, in the WikiLeaks, you see it in the O'Keefe tapes, where people are getting paid to incite violence at Trump rallies, to make it look like these are Trump supporters doing this. I don't know what's worse. The fact that all of that happened, and continues to happen, and is there, right under our noses, or the fact that no one seems to care. Because that's scary. And as was said earlier, this is not a 4 or an 8-year election. This is a 30 or 40-year election. Because when you look at the decisions that to any one of us would seem like no-brainers, and you're saying, wait a minute, that was a 5-4 decision in the Supreme Court. And you have an aging demographic where you could lose another 2, 3 Supreme Court justices, maybe 4, in the next 4 or 8 years. That's scary because that's something you don't come back from. It's a generational shift. And as the father of 5 young kids, I want to make sure that that's not the America they grow up in. This is the first time. This is the first time in the history of America where my generation is handing off a worse situation to their kids. One of less hope, one of less promise, one of less opportunity for all people in the history of America. And that's sad because my 9-year-old, my 7-year-old, my 5-year-old, 4-year-old, 2-year-old, I gotta stop. My wife's job is harder than mine. We're good. I found out how that happens now. Got a TV, we're good. Cable package. But that's what it's all about. It's this generation. And thank you guys for the amazing job. Thank you. Isn't it nice to be able to start off with a prayer? The Pledge of Allegiance. The Star-Spangled Banner. I call it the trifecta. If you did that at a Democratic rally, they'd throw you out for insubordination. It's crazy. But it's this generation that we're fighting for. Because many of you in this crowd, myself included, you know what? We may be okay. But we're handing them a mess. And if you think that this batch of politicians on the left is any different than the last batch, or on the right, you're mistaken. Because we've all heard those promises. We've all heard them talking about these things. We've all been told X, Y, Z. How many times have they delivered? Name one. I can't. And it's pathetic. So what's been incredible for me, and like I said, I'm new at this. I build buildings, build hotels, create jobs. That's what I do. But this last 18 months, has been incredibly humbling for me, for my brother, for my sister, and most importantly for my father. Because we've gone around and had conversations with the American people, not at the American people like I see so many times from politicians. We've seen the hardship that they actually face. We've seen their hopes and dreams dashed. We've seen the American dream shipped abroad to other nations, many of whom hate our guts.